What's going on? It's your boy TreeTactical hitting you with another one. Boom, 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 boom. And today we got a very important topic, the most important topic when it comes to guns and firearms and anything of that such nature. It is firearm safety. Yes, sir. We're going to be teaching you guys how to keep yourself and others safe when you are handling a firearm. So let's get into it. Starting off with rule number one. This is what I want you to always do, no matter what. If your friend hands you a gun, if your grandpa hands you a gun, I don't care if your dad told you the gun is clear. I want you for yourself. Rule number one: to treat every firearm as if it is loaded until you have checked for yourself that it is not loaded. So yes, rule number one: treat all firearms as if they are loaded. So let's say your friend hands you a pistol. So he gives you a pistol. I want you to take the magazine out. If you don't know how, I will show you. On all pistols, you're going to have what is called a magazine release. You're going to press that button. Yours might look a little different depending on what gun you have, but there is a magazine release to release that magazine. I want you to do that. And this is a slide catch. So I want you to push that slide to the rear. And we're going to do what is called a 2-point check. So the first check is a visual inspection. I want you to look down, make sure you have taken that magazine out. You don't see any magazine in the gun or the firearm. And then I want you to look in that barrel. So make sure you don't see any bullet in the barrel. There's nothing in the chamber. There's nothing in the magazine well. So that's one point. The second point is a physical inspection. I want you to take your finger, put it in that mag well. Can you see your finger when you looking in there? That's how you know it's no magazine with no ammunition in there. The second part, you're gonna put your finger in that barrel, in that chamber, whatever you want to call it. You're gonna put it in there. Feel there's no bullet, there's no ammunition in this firearm. Boom. So now we know this firearm is safe, and we have visually and physically inspected it. So boom, your kooky grandpa hands you that old revolver. How you gonna know if it's clear or not? TreeTactical, cause that ain't got no magazine. What we gonna do? We're gonna take this and we're gonna open the cylinder. It's similar to a pistol with the magazine release. There's gonna be a lever that you just push forward, and your cylinder is gonna open up, and you're gonna visually inspect. There's no ammunition in the cylinder, as you can see. So that is our visual check. We can see that there's no ammunition in this cylinder. Now with a revolver, you don't have to check the barrel because all the ammunition stays in the cylinder. So I want you to do that visual check. Then it might seem OCD, but you can never be too safe. I want you to take your finger and touch each hole and make sure there is no ammunition in there. Just make sure. You can never be too safe. What's wrong with being extra safe? Being cautious. So that's rule number one. Rule number two is never point a firearm at anything you are not willing to shoot. So you shouldn't be pointing your gun at your friends, at your homies, at your cat, at anything, at the walls that you don't intend to shoot. Whatever. You want to keep it pointed in a safe direction. That's why when you go to the gun range, they always tell you to keep your firearm down range. You shouldn't be at the range turning around looking at your friends with your firearm in your hand. Keep that firearm pointed in a safe direction. So with a pistol, this is what it's gonna look like. We're gonna keep it in a safe direction. If your friend is to the left of you, don't turn your gun to the left of you and talk to him. Keep your pistol pointed down at the ground. Turn and talk to him, or even put the pistol down and talk to him. If you got a revolver, same thing. You're gonna keep it in a safe direction. You want to talk to your partner on the right of you this time. Don't have keep it pointed forward down at the ground and talk to him. There's no need to be, yeah, bro, what's going on? Yeah, this a big boy, Smith and Wesson. Yeah, 357. You don't gotta do all that. Put the gun down or hold it in a safe direction. That's rule number two. Never point a firearm at anything you're not willing to shoot. That's important. That's a big one. And rule number 3, I want you to keep your finger off the trigger until you are ready to shoot. What does that look like, TreeTactical? Boom. These right here are trigger wells where your trigger is inside of. So you have your trigger and then you have your trigger well. I want you to keep your finger out of that trigger. Even you might be like, oh, my finger's not on the trigger. It's just resting in the trigger well. Don't even do that. Leave it outside of the trigger well. So on a pistol, it's gonna look like this. You can do like this, whatever. As long as your finger is not in that trigger well, you are gonna be perfectly okay. On a revolver, like this, any way you want to do it. I just don't want to see you doing this. Don't have them fingers resting in there. I shouldn't even be doing it right now, but I know these firearms are clear, and I'm just giving a demonstration of what not to do. So yes, keep those fingers outside of those trigger wells. And last but not least, know what lies in between and beyond your target. Know your target and what lies between and beyond it. So if you're shooting at a steel plate 20 yards out, I want you to know what's in front of your target. Is your friends picking up his casings because he wanna reuse them, or is he looking for something on the ground? What's behind your target? Is there a dog back there? Is what's in between your target? It should be a clear path in front of your target and behind your target. So in case you miss, you never know. You might not be the sharpshooter you think you are, and you might miss. And what happens when that stray hits your friend or hits your dog, the family dog? You done shot Cujo. So just know what lies between and beyond your target, and know what your target is. Don't just take blind shots and hope you hit something. Have an intended target and know what your target is and what lies between and beyond it. If you follow these rules, I promise you will be safe. You won't have any accidental or negligent discharges. Everything will be good and copacetic. Word of the day. Copacetic, look it up. I'm pretty sure y'all know what it is, but if you don't, use it, add it to your vocabulary. Because, boom, I have myself been a victim of negligent discharge because I wasn't following the firearm safety rules. That's what actually led me to make this video, is just thinking about that back in the day when I had my own negligent discharge. And I want to keep you guys safe and let y'all learn from my mistakes. That's all this community and this channel is about, learning from each other. I want y'all to learn every day. You might think you know the most about guns. You might think you John Wick. You might think you whatever. You might be a professional, amateur, whatever level you are. There's always room for improvement and gun safety. And I know keep saying pistols and revolvers, but this literally refers to any firearm that you are using. You can use these rules with BB guns to keep you safe. I don't care if you got an AR-15, a shotgun, a musket. I don't care what kind of gun it is, a sniper rifle. I don't care. If it is a firearm, I want you to apply these rules to keep yourself safe and keep others safe. It's simple as that. If it's a firearm, use these rules, memorize them. Even if you don't got a firearm and you planning on getting one, I want you to use these rules, memorize them before you go purchase that firearm, before you go purchase your next firearm, before you go to the range. Remember these rules. Think about them every time you pick your firearm up. Think about these rules. They're going to save your life or save somebody else's life, or even keep y'all from injuring yourselves or damaging your property. This can save any and every negligent situation there is by just remembering these 4 easy rules. Sit. Simple. I don't care if you're an instructor. You're still going to follow them same rules that an amateur is going to follow. You're going to treat every firearm as if it's loaded until you yourself inspect that it is not loaded. You're going to always keep your firearm pointed in a safe direction, not flagging anybody. And by flagging, I want you to pretend there's a flag in the front of your barrel and you don't want to point it at your friends. or loved ones or animals or anything you don't want to shoot. Number 3, y'all know what it is. Keep them fingers, them trigger fingers out them trigger wells until you ready to shoot. And number 4, know what lies between and beyond your target and what your target is. So boom. Yes, it's been great talking to y'all. Rewind this video, write it down, do what you got to do. I want y'all to memorize these, get these stuck in your head, because this is going to keep y'all safe. So y'all know what it is. Stay safe, stay strapped, and we out.